Hey y'all, welcome to Fitting and Homemaking. My name is Sarah, and today we are going to be making a homemade do-it-yourself cleaner. So I'm always looking for ways to bring more natural products into my homemaking and, use less of the harsh chemicals. I have our sweet dog Max to think about, I have my children to think about, and just my own health. And since I'm the one who is cleaning most often, I don't want to be around a lot of harsh chemicals, breathing in those things for the rest of my life. So the cleaner I'm going to try today is actually from another YouTuber. Her channel name is The Witch's Cookery. Her name is Bex. She is a very lovely lady. I was served up her channel when I was looking for ways to live more according to the seasons, incorporating more natural things into my homemaking. And she seems just like an amazing individual. I understand why YouTube pushed her towards me, because she's also interested in local history and folklore. She's interested in psychology, and she really likes baking in her kitchen. So I have been absolutely binging her channel. So I will link her channel below. I will link the specific video below that has this DIY cleaner in it. But one of the reasons why I want to try this is I've made my own DIY cleaners before using vinegar, which is this guy right here. But I really don't like the smell of vinegar. After cleaning with vinegar, everything just smells kind of sour. And one smell that I don't want in my house is sour, right? So if I've cleaned with vinegar and then I go out to walk Max and then I come back and it doesn't smell welcoming, it doesn't smell fresh. So I'm hoping that by using her recipe, where it's infused with herbs and with some citrus rind, that it's going to smell more like these items rather than the vinegar. While binging, I also just recently saw a video where she uses some witch hazel as a cleaner, which I've only thought of that as like a facial toner cleanser, but I guess that makes sense because it has alcohol in it. So if this doesn't work out with it lessening the vinegary smell, maybe I'll switch over to trying a witch hazel recipe. But we're going to try this one first. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start off by putting it in a mason jar because this needs to infuse in the vinegar for 3 weeks, right? So this is not a fast process, but maybe that is a signal to ourselves to take a note from this natural process, to slow down a little bit and to be a little bit patient. So let's maybe take that in as a lesson as well. So I'm going to attempt to pour from this massive bottle, but we need 1 cup of distilled vinegar. And since this is a mason jar, it does have measurements on it, millimeters on this side and ounces on this side. Since I'm an American and we use strange measuring systems, I'm going to use the ounces since that's what's familiar to me. But we're going to fill it up to here, up to the 8-ounce mark. It's a two-handed pour. Let me actually turn that so I can see it. All right, 8 ounces. Now we get to close that up and stop smelling it. And I'm not certain why I find the smell of vinegar so unpleasant, because I like sea salt and vinegar chips. I'll take myself down a bag of that any day. And I like Eastern Carolina barbecue, which is a pulled pork barbecue that has been sitting in apple cider vinegar for, well, the barbecue sauce is made with apple cider vinegar. How I like cheat make it in the crock pot is you get a pork shoulder and you put it in a crock pot with apple cider vinegar and leave it for like 12 hours to essentially let the vinegar disintegrate it, and it's delicious. So essentially what we're doing is we are cutting off the rinds of the lemon and the orange, and in her recipe you can use 1 to 3 lemons and oranges. Based on this amount of fluid, I feel like 1 is fine. I can already smell the lemon over the vinegar. But I'm just going to like kind of lazy cut this off. I'll probably chop these pieces up a little bit smaller. But the reason why I'm not doing this directly in the spray bottle is because we do strain these ingredients out And while if I chopped these up small enough, I could probably fit it into the neck, through the neck of the spray bottle, I definitely would not be able to remove them. So we are going the mason jar route. And I'm guessing this is okay if there's a little bit of actual lemon in here. Now, I know there's a quicker route using essential oils for scenting, I guess. Would you call it that? For making things smell better. However, I have an issue with essential oils. Most of the companies, at least that are available in the US, are based on MLMs, which I think should be illegal because they are nasty things. And that is not something I want to support. There are some essential oils that are sold by companies who have more ethical business practices, but at the same time, those are quite expensive. And then I have, I kind of don't want to put that on the table, but then I have a single thing of essential oil that usually I'm going to be ordering it online and I have no idea what it smells like. And what if I don't like it? And they're not cheap because, you know, you are paying for the ethical business practices. Things come with a price tag, right? So I have chosen this route, which I can, you know, easily get at my grocery store rather than the essential oil route. And I feel like if I cut it up smaller, it's going to be more of a surface area, so more of it will infuse. I don't know if that's actual real or not, but that's what I feel like doing, so that's what we're doing. But I do like all of these scents, so I'm hoping it's going to come out well. If for some reason I don't like the scent combination and it does cover up the vinegar smell, I can just choose different herbs or different citrus to do this with. It's the great thing about doing it yourself. You can choose what you like and what you don't like. Oops. Bye-bye forever, lemon rind. Just went under the pantry, so I will pick that up later. Hopefully I remember. If not, hopefully Max reminds me that there's something smelly under there. Although, theoretically, it should just dry out. But I still don't want to leave it under there, right? Okay. 1 lemon. Oops, forgot that one. Now let's do the orange. This is a slightly weird experience because normally I don't, you know, cut the peel off of oranges or lemons. Normally I just either completely peel the rind off or I'm juicing them, so I leave the rind on so I can have something to hold on to. All right, that is good enough for me. Okay, that should be all of the cutting done. As you can see, I'm a very slow cutter. And then, let me get a wooden spoon here. I can kind of shove this down into there. Yeah, that's quite a bit of stuff. So then, you can just put the herbs in there as well. Oops. Get in there. So I just stuck in there some thyme. And then we're also using some rosemary. Maybe I should have put the herbs in there before the citrus. Make sure they get under there. There we go. And also some sage. Trying to make sure everything is in here. Under some of the vinegar so it can have time to get all happy together. All right, that looks good. Put that in the sink and get this all closed up. All right, I am going to put a label on the top here just in case the rest of my family comes by this and they're like, what on earth is that? I'm gonna put do not drink on here. Not that I think anyone would drink it after they opened it up and smelled it, but they might think it's like, I don't know, something more appealing that I'm infusing. Let's put some tape on there. I'll put APC for all-purpose cleaner, do not drink. All right. Oops, get in there. All right, so this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to put it on top of my fridge to, actually, you know what I should do? What is 3 weeks from today? Oh gosh, I don't have a great calendar to look at. Oh, here's one. So it is mid-November. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna write the date I need to open this on, or the 3 weeks date. So we're gonna be looking to open this around December 4th. All right, I'm sure, so that's what it looks like. I'm sure future Sarah will thank current Sarah for writing that date on there. I am going to put this on top of my fridge because that's where my box with my spray bottles are. They did come with a funnel, so after December 4th, what we are going to do is we are going to open this baby up and we are going to strain the liquid into the spray bottle. And then I will use it around the house and let you guys know what I think. So I will see you in just a minute on here, but in 3 weeks in actuality. Bye. And we're back. It has been 3 weeks. Today is December 4th. So let's go ahead, and as you can see, it looks like there's not much fluid left in this because all of it was absorbed. But let's go ahead, open this up, and we are going to take this over to the sink, drain it into a bowl, and then put it into this, what is this called? A spray bottle with the lid here, and I have a little funnel to help with that. We'll put that in here after straining it and then fill it up with about the same amount of water as vinegar in there. And then we are going to go test it out in my kid's bathroom because there is quite a lot of spit on the mirror and toothpaste on the countertop. So that is going to be our testing area for today. All right, come into the sink with me. All right, let's open this up if I can. There we go. Goodness, there we go. And part of the reason why I wanted to try this recipe was because a lot of vinegar-based cleaners, like I said before, excuse me, I can't stand the smell of. I'm gonna say this still smells like vinegar, but there's a definite citrus scent as well. It just kind of all hit me at once. So the citrus is suppressing the vinegar smell quite a bit. I kind of want to mash this, but not with my hand, because I don't want my hand to smell like vinegar. All right. Now that we've gotten rid of those bits, go ahead, put the bottle in there with the tiniest little funnel. You can see it looks quite yellowy green. Not the most attractive color. All right, and I'm going to go up to the fridge because it's supposed to be distilled water, and that's where we have our water filter, and fill it up about up to here with water, I would say. All right. Looks about right. Hopefully this is a good seal here. Give it a shake around a little bit. Yeah, that color is maybe the less said about that, the better. Let me dry off the outside of this bottle so I don't drop it. The bottle itself is glass, which is why there's this little silicone bit on the bottom. All right, let's go into the kids' bathroom and see how this does on the mirror and on the countertop. Okay guys, filming in this bathroom is never very easy because it's such a small space, but let me see if I can get the amount of nastiness here for you real quick. That's what we're going to be cleaning off. You guys are going to need a little bit of a zoomed out view of that just because it's impossible to clean with you guys right up on me that close. And I forgot something to wipe things down with, so let me go get that. I'm going to be lazy and use paper towel because I've been trying to catch up on laundry and I don't want to dirty another rag at this exact moment when I've been working so hard to catch up. All right, the rest of that stuff should be fine. Oh, let's make sure it's open first. That has an X. That has, there we go. That's the one that's the spray. So it does smell a little bit vinegary, but not too bad. There's a lot of citrus, and I actually do smell the herbs in there as well. Wow, these are really lengthy paper towels, aren't they? I feel like usually I do use a cleaning rag instead of a paper towel for this. Didn't think this bottom part quite got wet enough there. And I would just move these things, but they are such a bee to get back on. Oh, sorry for that sound. Things falling down everywhere. All right, guys, Windex it is not. You do have to scrub a little harder with it. It doesn't just cut through it like a lot of the chemical cleaners does, but I think it did a decent job. A lot of what I'm seeing I think is just lint from my poor choice of using paper towel rather than an actual rag to clean this. So let's see how it does on the countertop here. Got that spot off pretty easy. I feel like with anything, the toothpaste, you're always going to have to... Oh, someone chipped that. I wonder what fell there. Well, that sucks. I mean, it's getting all the stains up pretty well. And you know what I'm not doing? Choking on chemical fumes, so that's amazing. And the smell is not unpleasant. It's definitely a light citrusy, and I think I'm smelling mostly the sage coming through. But yeah, it's much better than Inhale and Windex. Doesn't quite give the shine. Excuse that little ant crawling by. We have these little sugar ants invading. Feel like there's a time in the summer when they come in, and then when you get your first freeze outside, which we've had a couple of freezes now, they start to come in again. So that's looking pretty good to me. This guy just gets caked with soap. He's cute, but he doesn't work very well. Go. All right. Sorry if that was loud. And I'm just going to, you know, this spray bottle is actually, the mechanism on it is quite nice. Go in here and see how it deals with this ring at the bottom. It's almost like like a lemonade with herbs in it. Yeah, it looks like it got that ring no problem. I don't know what this is stuck on here. All right. Well, I think that did pretty well for a surface cleaner. And now that the mirror is getting a little bit drier, it is mostly just lint that's left on there from the paper towel, which is not the cleaner's fault. So that is a very short testing out of this, but I'll go ahead and label this and put this, oh my gosh, these ants. Oops. My kids, whenever they see like a little fruit fly or something in the house, or like the little sugar ants like those, they're just like, ant, fly. It's like, yes, it's inevitable, it's fine. But what I was saying is I'll go ahead and put a label on this and put it with the rest of our cleaners, and I think I will switch to using this as just kind of like an all surface cleaner, like for the glass and for countertops in the kitchen, it'll be nice. And it smells a little bit like vinegar, but not bad at all, which I'm super pleased about. So I'll make sure I'll put the recipe down in the description below, and feel good about using less chemicals in the house since I have small kids, and you know, for my own respiratory health. Oops, I forgot the toothbrushes. And sure would have been told about that later. This one goes here. Here we go. Sorry, distracted. And oh my gosh, guys, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So we'll get this used up. Hopefully it will make me more likely to kind of spray things down a little bit more frequently. I tend not to like to use the other chemicals around the kids when they're home, and just because I don't want them getting into anything. If they get into this, they might not like the smell because of the vinegar. I think it smells fine. It's not such a heavy vinegar smell that, you know, it's horrible. And hopefully that will make me more likely to wipe things down more frequently, because I'm not great at that. I'll put the recipe down below for making this. It was super easy. It just needed time. And you can see how yellow it is from the citrus, how yellow-orange it is from all the citrus in there. So it definitely absorbed that. And from the scent, I can tell it absorbed the things in there. So I'm very pleased with this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go down, give it a like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any content ideas that you'd like to see from me. I probably won't explore other all-natural sprays until this one is done, just because I don't want to waste it. But maybe I could do, you know, a natural scouring agent. Who knows? But thanks for watching to the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.